third one is dog fashion. In front of you, there is a cashier to get a ticket. In front of you here, there is the 69. Another one is against the nature. See, you no comment. You can see with your eyes. Yes, you can see with your eyes. And there's another frescoes here. Maybe it's very interesting.
Yeah, but why does he have two?
Because one used for the day, another one was used for the night.
Oh, why should be so lucky, no?
Look at that beautiful garden. They got a fresh air of the garden. Beautiful looms all the way around over the garden.
How long did he relax?
And maybe they got to relax for an hour and a half, 2 hours or more, or less or more. The wild slaves were walking in the garden for days.
How many slaves there?
And maybe 20,
20?
Less or more.
That's living, huh?
It wasn't too bad, if you were the owner.
We are going to reach another house. Go for this road. At the end of the corridor on the right, you can see a pleasure room with the beautiful erotic frescoes very well preserved.
Lucky. What about Marseille?
You know I don't like moving around all the time. Even when I was in the States, where did I go? Once in a while in Florida for a little vacation in the winter. In a place that's sure. Even here, I stick pretty close to Naples. Maybe I go to Sicily. But in my hometown, or to Milano for the races.
We can make a lot of money in Marseille.
My friends usually visit me for the pleasure. They don't come here to pull a job. They come here as tourists.
I'm sorry, sir, but we have an arrest warrant for you.
It must be kidding.
No. You're being arrested on a very specific charge. Contraband.
What?
False money.
False money?
Counterfeit.
You can arrest me. I'm an American citizen.
This is Italy.
I don't give a fuck what it is. I make one goddamn phone.
Sit down, please. Sit down. Please sit down.
It's 3 months I have been rotting in this stinking jail. I don't even have a window. There is no light, and I can hardly breathe. We have to do everything in this 2x4 cell. To them, it doesn't matter. We even got to piss in here. The whole thing is a cesspool. Somebody's got to get me out of this hole here. Now they put 3 of us in a single cell. One of us must constantly be on guard. Between rats and the bed bags, if we get any rest, it's a miracle. They say 2 prisoners hung themselves only this past year. There is so much sickness, it's a wonder we're still alive. I had to bribe a guard for a little extra water. We have to bribe almost for everything. It will cost me at least $20 to get someone who will mail this letter. love and kisses and sex.
Here in Italy, you're born into poverty. The newest jail is 100 years old.
For certain those in particular, Italy is a perfect country for a right guy. I was hoping that Gene could help me only if he had been a man like
Just
you.
a minute. We got to get one thing straight. You want to stay with me? You want to make love? Fine, but keep the deals to yourself.
Here, this is another letter that Gene sent. It's all about Lucky, Joe Picci, and Calaci. It's supposed to find its way to Mr. Charlie Siracusa. It can ruin you. Now, do you trust me?
You got to give it to Siracusa? Go ahead and give it then.
You want a lift? Gene. Hey, Gene. Everything okay?
Everything's perfect. You let me rot in the goddamn jail for a year.
Come on, Gene. Get in. I want to talk to you. Come on. Get in.
I got you out of jail without a trial. If you stood before a judge, you'd never get out.
As far as you're concerned, I could have died in there. You could have got me out any time you wanted to.
You gotta get one thing through your thick head, you know. You were in the hands of the Italian police. They don't take orders from me, an American cop. So I had to invent a story to get you out.
Who the fuck invented the story to get me in?
It's not my fault. You're the guy that insisted on fooling around with that phony money.
So who told them at the border I had $40?
It was probably one of your good friends that tipped him off. Maybe it was even Lucky Luciano.
No. Lucky doesn't talk. Lucky's a mob guy. He's not a cop.
What about you? You're the mobster, you're not a cop. You're nothing. You're nothing but a stool pigeon.
Okay, so I'm a stool pigeon. I'm not a mobster. I'm not a cop. So why don't you leave me alone?
You want this passport?
Sure.
You gotta earn it.
How?
Make a little trip to New York. We'll pay the expenses.
New York?
That's right.
For what?
So you can testify in a big case. We need your evidence.
No. No. You stop the car. No. I get out here.
Use your head, Gene. If you stay here without an Italian passport, they'll throw you out as an undesirable.
If I go to New York, they'll kill me.
Damn it, I'm trying to save your ass, but you've been talking too much.
How could I talk? I was in prison for a year. Who did I have to talk to?
You also have a bad habit of writing letters.
No, the only one I ever wrote to was you. What'd you do with the letters?
I got them, but I told you not to trust that countess, didn't I?
No. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to fight me, so I'll do anything.
And I'm not going to New York City. I'm going to stay right here in Italy.
And I say you're not going to stay right here. Because I've had all the bullshit from you that I can take. You got that? So here's your passport and ticket to the States. In 1 hour, the plane takes off and you're going to be on it. Jack?
Buddy? I don't know who's a bigger shit. You or Luciano.
Around the beginning of September 1952, Gene Giannini was back from a trip to Italy. He'd done 10 months in jail over there. Tony Bender sent for me for the biggest contract I ever got from Cosa Nostra. He took me out to dinner at Rocco's in Thompson Street, down in the village, Greenwich Village. We talked about one thing and another for a while, then he got down to business. Gene's been talking, he told me, to the Narcotics Bureau. Vito Genovese got the word straight from Lucky himself. Lucky says Gene's been talking to the narcotics guys for years. He's got to be unloaded. Him and anybody with him. I telephoned Giannini and I told him to meet me at a bar at the Casbah. I make up an excuse. He owed me some money. I went to meet him and I took Joe Pagano with me. Pagano was a new guy. Gene wouldn't have recognized him. But Pagano was a genius with a gun. Giannini told me he was broke and couldn't pay me. Skip it, I said. Let's just have some fun. I had a girl come from the bar. We had some drinks together, then I went out and left him with the girl. The next night, I took Pagano and another couple of the boys to see the gambling place where Gene Giannini was working. I explained the plan to them. One of the boys would wait in the car by the sidewalk a block away. The other two would wait for Gene at the door.
I will see you later.